Oh, let's recap yet another unpredictable round of Monster Energy Supercross. And it's all brought to you by the folks at Race Tech right here. This is a box of gold valves, revalve kit in a box, and we're going to give one to you every week. Links in the bio, kids. You can win a set of gold valves, better bottoming resistance, still plush, better traction, and 100% designed and made right in the United States of America. So check out Race Tech. Thanks to them for backing these videos. Okay, you thought it was crazy that Blake Baggett won last week in Glendale, Arizona? How about this? Cooper Webb, 5th in round 1, 10th in round 2, wins here at round 3. And to make it even crazier, this was the Triple Crown race. 3 12-minute plus 1 lap main events, which should supposedly lead to all sorts of chaos. But there was Cooper Webb, who has had mediocre 450 seasons so far in his career, the first 2 seasons in the big class, not what he wanted, suddenly riding like a veteran, a rider who had been there before. Cooper said he's been working awfully hard on his starts this year. That's always been a weakness. He's new to the Red Bull KTM team. The starts were great. And not only was he good off the line, and he had good jumps, but he had this awesome line on the inside of turn 1 that he used consistently in all 3 races to get up front. But he wasn't completely up front, because in race 2, he spent most of it stalking his rival, Ken Roczen. Now, we've seen these two get into it both on and off the track before. Huge controversy. If you're an Instagram follower, even huger controversy if you watched the San Diego Supercross last year where they piled into each other. And there was Webb in the last lap stalking Roczen. Now the fans here at Anaheim wanted to see Roczen have that perfect circle story and win here at Anaheim too, the race that took it all from him nearly 2 years ago. But Webb was stalking him on the final lap, and when Roczen bobbled in a rhythm lane, Webb shot past. Roczen responded, and that set the two rivals up into the final turn of the race, battling for the lead, and Webb was able to snake through and get it. And the internet's blowing up because not only was Webb's win somewhat of a surprise, but then he threw a little bang-bang in the direction of Roczen over the finish line jump. But Cooper had to calm down and cool off after that because he was going to have to replicate it. He told me after the race that he was aware that even winning the first main didn't mean that he couldn't struggle in the other 2 and maybe even finish in 6th. But he was solid. He led the second race from gate to flag, which Cooper doesn't think he's ever done in Supercross, even in his 250 days. In race 3, the pressure was on. Could he really deliver that elusive first main event win? And Cooper did not shy away from saying, yeah, he definitely felt the pressure. But again, he rode solid. He yielded to Eli Tomac, let Tomac go, let his teammate Marvin Musquin by, brought it home third, 1-1-3 scores, gives him the overall. Now look, Cooper actually had the fastest lap of the race at Anaheim 1. And before that odd red flag restart and staggered start last week at Glendale, he was coming through the pack. Cooper said they actually tried to make a bike change while they were waiting for the staggered start to go last week, and he didn't ride as well after that. But there have been signs that this is a new and improved Cooper Webb, working with the Alden Baker program, riding the KTM. He's got Ryan Dungey's old championship mechanic, Carlos Rivera, with him. But now we have tangible proof. And could this confidence carry forward? Maybe. But the way this season is going, maybe not. Because Blake Baggett had a terrible weekend here at Anaheim, following up his win last time. Bad starts. He got a tough block tangled up in his bike at one point, and he had to come to a complete stop on the racetrack. It was bad. It was bad for a lot of riders. Jason Anderson had a couple of good laps and a lot of bad ones. It was a subpar ride, more similar to Anaheim 1 for him than his great performance where he finished 2nd at Glendale. Ken Roczen coulda, shoulda, woulda. Even with that close 2nd in race 1, he was still in position for the overall, but he crashed in the whoops while battling toward the front in race 2. He was okay in race 3, but just didn't get the breaks and ended up in 4th, but he is still the points leader. More ups and downs. Justin Barcia rode well in the first 2 races, but crashed out of race 3. We don't have an injury report on Barcia yet. I don't know if he's okay. We hope he is. But the good part of the Triple Crown format, the great finishes in the first 2 races mean that Barcia is still 10th overall tonight, even though he didn't finish the 3rd race. So instead of losing a ton of points, he's actually still right in the thick of it. Another rider that has to be encouraged is Marvin Musquin, who finished 2nd. He's still working his way back from a knee injury. He's improving at a rapid rate. Remember, he got a heat race win last time out at Glendale. So it's a 1-2 finish for Red Bull KTM this weekend, and both Webb and Musquin are right there in the point standings. But really, we can't think about points right now. It's more about the unpredictable moments. You can't count on anyone being solid week in and week out. Roczen hasn't won a race. He's been the best so far, consistent-wise, has the points lead. But as we head to Oakland round 4, you've just got to expect the unexpected. 3 different winners so far this year. 3 winners who probably weren't at the top of anyone's list of who would be the first riders to get wins in 2019. Is anyone going to seize control of this championship? Look, we hope not. It would be great if it's this unpredictable forever, but even if it isn't, let's think back to these crazy moments and how exciting Supercross was at the beginning of 2019, because this is fantastic to watch. We'll see you in Oakland.